All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you and just like me. All right, I typically have a CD. Here is Walter Trout, Ordinary Madness. This came out, I believe, early last year. Walter is an amazing, and I mean amazing guitarist. He just is. The song Heartland, which is on this album, very different song for Walter Trout, very accessible, elements of country and maybe some other things going on in that song. But I tell you, it's just great stuff. So again, here's Walter Trout, Ordinary Madness. It's available if you want to buy a CD, or of course you can check it out and stream. Walter has this great catalog. He goes back to hanging out with John Mayall. So he comes from really good stock, and he's just gotten better and better. He's probably around 70 years old, but sounds the same. Just if you go back through the years, he's not for everybody. You know, you got to really be into gritty, hard-nosed blues rock to really get into Walter Trout. And I do from time to time. I go off on tangents, binges, and his music is fantastic. All right, well, here's a fantastic story for you, folks. Journey's manager quit. He quit. He's done. He's over. There's this Billboard article, which a number of people sent me yesterday. I was minding my own business, chilling after doing a riveting video earlier in the day, and then it pops up on my phone, it's in my email, it's over on Patreon. I don't know actually if it's on all those places, but several people sent it to me, and it takes a while to get through this article. I actually used an audio program to listen to the article. And it went on, I think, for like 20, 25 minutes. And it documents everything that has gone on with Journey dating back probably to the Steve Perry days. We find out, too, about Steve Perry, which I will be talking about probably in another video, and what's going on with him. But we find out that the manager that Journey hired back on December the 7th, and it was agreed to by both Kane and Sean that this manager would come in and maybe straighten some things out. His name is Mike Kobayashi, and he is the manager for Def Leppard. But he's done. He quit. And why? Why would he quit, right? I mean, there's so much good stuff happening with Journey. Why would he quit? Obviously, he has no control, or he had no control over the situation. Both Neil and John, filing lawsuits and going on social media. This is just a train wreck where if you're somebody from the outside, how do you come in and clean this up? I don't think you can. And from what I can tell, Neil Sean and his wife, I think, are managing the affairs of this band now. And we've got a ways to go before the tour is over. I think the tour is going well, but, you know, the Billboard article excoriates everybody in this and really goes after Neil and his wife, going after Neil more so, making him sound like he's paranoid, and he's just filing all of these frivolous lawsuits. And you'll have to decide for yourself, you know, what side of this you want to be on. I've commented a lot about, you know, Team Sean versus Team Kane. I can tell you that Team Sean won a pretty big victory, like I said, having Greg Raleigh there. And there was a lot of resistance to having Greg show up to that Austin concert. And what's bizarre is typically when a band has a big anniversary like this, everybody has said, hey, come on back. You know, where's Steve Augeri, for instance? Why isn't he there? Let him, I mean, even if it's just for, whatever it is, cosmetic purposes, like he's on stage, maybe he sings with Arnell, maybe he doesn't even sing. Maybe he just goes up there and, does a cameo and then leaves, right? Have one gig where Steve Augeri is there. Jeff Scott Soto, again, I know he was only there for 11 months, but guess what? Jeff was very important in providing a bridge for Journey to go from Augeri to Arnell. I mean, I don't think Jeff would do anything to destroy the chemistry or the image of this band. He might bring some credible lead vocals to the stage. Sorry. Jeff is just a great singer, and he's not in the mold of a Steve Perry, but especially a few years ago, I think Jeff would have been great. He sounded great back in 2007. I mean, if you go watch some of the footage. But my point is, it's the 50th anniversary. Where's Ainsley Dunbar, right? I know the whole Ross Valerie, Steve Smith thing, but that got settled. I don't know if you bring those guys on stage. It might be difficult to do so. But a few years ago, that was a band. It was basically the Escape lineup with Arnell singing. And now, you got Todd Jensen playing bass. You got Jason Derlot on keyboards. It's a different band. It's a good band. You got Dean on drums. But, for the 50th, you bring back as many people as you can. And there's no hard feelings. It's not a permanent thing. Unless, of course, this could be the last run for Journey. It's looking more and more like that. People said that this tour wouldn't go forward. No, the band needs the money. And even the Billboard article had to admit that they're selling lots of tickets despite all of the turmoil, chaos, and craziness. But this dude from Def Leppard, he's out. He's gone. And so Neil and his wife are now managing Journey. And I don't know if that's going to go well. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying it can't be done, but Kane and Sean were co-managing, and all of that chaos with the lawsuits and the trademarks and everything else really started to ramp up. And then I thought very smartly they chose someone who knew what they were doing. But my guess is that the soup was a little too toxic for Mike in Def Leppard, Mike from Def Leppard. His name is kind of difficult to pronounce. Kobayashi, Mike Kobayashi. So in any event, folks, the Journey saga rolls on, and the Billboard article is crazy. We learn about Steve Perry a little bit in that article, but everything is documented in there. If you go look it up, I'll see if I can find the link to it and post in the description of this video. But just craziness, ordinary madness. That's what it is. It's Walter Trout, baby. This is the kind of music too, where there's no drama, no craziness, just some guy who plays like crazy, And I know it's not pop, it's not, elegant, it's not polished, but that's kind of why I like it, And I would say, of all the Trout albums out there, this one here might be more polished than his previous projects. So check it out. Ordinary Madness, the story of Journey. No, it's actually not, but it could be. And I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.